This video discusses the statements used by Python to check the validity of data or to check error exceptions. The while, true, try, except, else statements are used to gracefully handle exceptions, and we're going to demonstrate this momentarily. Using the while loop to count the coin collections, we're going to use this example. This is also the same example we used to create an external data file. So what we will do first is move to the loop where the main loop is located. And what we need to check is we want to make sure that coins is a numerical value or it is a positive value. And so these two statements are used to enter the values. And so what we're going to enter the coins value. And so what we need to do is inside of this main loop, we're going to create another loop to check the validity of this value. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say check data type, and if value is positive. And so we're going to add a while true. So we're assuming that this is going to be a true statement. When I press the enter key, it's always going to indent. So that means that this print statement here has to be indented. And so does coins. I use the tab to do my indenting. While it is true, I'm going to use the statement try, and you notice it is an orange color because it is based on is controlling something. Let's try. What we're saying is that we're going to try to put in this value. Normally this could be converted to just one statement as we did at the very beginning. I'm going to try to put this value in, and if for some reason it's not the correct value, and value, this is a predefined function here, meaning that it's checking to make sure it is a numerical value. If there is an exception, it just so happens that this is not a value, let's make this exception and write out print, you entered the wrong data type, please re-enter. And so that is exactly what we're going to type in. I've already typed it up, so I'm just going to copy it over in my exception. So inside of this loop, we added check the data type and check to see if that value is also positive. So while it is true, let's try putting in the value. If it's not a numerical value, that's what the accept, it says accept this. If this is not a numerical value, let's write out you entered the wrong data type. Please re-enter a positive whole value that's greater than 0. Okay, now we're not finished. And so we will make sure that the loop goes back and repeat. So we're going to type in continue. That's what causes it to go back up and ask the user to re-enter the coins, the number of coins to be collected. Else, what we want to do is check to see if the value is a positive whole number. And so we're going to type the following. If, and I had copied this from something else, so I'll just change it. If the coins is less than or equal to 0, we're going to print you entered a negative value. Please re-enter positive value. And we're going to continue. And if everything is okay, then we will break. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's review what we've just entered. While true, try. Remember, you're indenting every 4 positions. Let's try entering the values. If those values we entered are not correct, let's make an exception and display you entered the wrong either data type or you entered a value that is negative. The continue is what causes the program to go back up and repeat the process of entering the values. Now let's run the program. The file name where we're going to store the results is going to be called while loop coins check data .txt. Do you wish to collect coins today? Yes. Positive value. I'll put in a positive value of 1200, but I accidentally typed in an X. And it says you entered a wrong data type. Please re-enter whole values greater than 0. So I'll put in 1200. Yes again. 400. Yes again. 1300. Yes again. A negative 2000. And the program says you entered a negative value. Re-enter again. So I'll put in 2000. I don't want to enter no more, so I type in no. Now I go to the folder where this file was stored, and it created the file name called while loop coins data collected, and here it is. A total of 4,900 coins were collected in 4 days, and it captures the actual coins per day. Notice this is not right aligned. And let's find out why this is not right aligned, although that's not really that important. But let's take a look and find out what we can do to correct that. To make sure that the data will line up in the loop, you always have to add a set number of positions. So you have to allocate a number of positions in order for this to align, right align. Even if I didn't put this greater than symbol, which means to right align, it should do so. Let me remove it and let's check it out real quick. And okay, I'm going to store the results in a file name while loop coins check data .txt, and I'll put in a negative 1000, and it'll tell me that it's wrong. I need to put a positive value in there. I'll enter for another day 2000S. It tells me I have the wrong data type, and I'll put in 400. And 885, yes, and 2000, and I'll stop. Let's look at the actual file, and here it is, and it did line up correctly because we allocated a set number of positions so that it will line up. If it's important that the values line up, then that's what we should do. Always indicate a specific allocation of positions. Make sure you go back and look at the program and how to check for the validity of data, and this is using the while loop construction. We're going to add the same thing in the for loop, so I might as well just copy all of this and paste it to the for version, because it is going to be the same thing. Feel free to go back and review the statements. Make sure that you indent them correctly. This is the while loop starting at 0, and then 4, 8, 12, and even if we have to go over to the 16th place, if you look at the bottom of your right hand corner, it'll tell you exactly where the columns are located.